Hello everyone, and this is Adrenaline, and this was a social I just did with AOR on 9/8/2016, so technically Thursday night. This was a Thursday night social at Canada, and didn't even, well, I'm not even going to get into it, that's not important. Let's just say I didn't really sign up, I just found a spot and I just jumped in the race, so there was really no practice done, so it was just more of a fun event really, I'm still anxious about testing out the safety car and the AI glitches, because I do think there's a problem going on. As you can see by lap 1, this is why I'm so far behind. Of course I didn't qualify well, but then again I didn't really do any practice. I set a 1:14.4 in my qualifying as my lap, and that put me 16th on the grid, and my first lap incident unfortunately dropped me last as I had to pit for front wing in the first lap. So just see, we're in lap 4 now. Vice guy is one of the guys that was ahead, and we're chasing him now. And just pay close attention to the delta and my pace. It says to catch safety car Q and do not exceed delta pace. First of all, I don't think there should be a delta pace while trying to catch the safety car. Here I'm allowed to I'm allowed to pass the safety car here because the leader hasn't catch up. That was the first attempt at that. So remember that. I passed him here. Technically I've overtaken the safety car and I've unlapped myself, so technically I should be catching up to the grid. So if I'm wrong about something, I want people to comment, as a lot of people watch these videos and they don't really put an obvious comment or an honest comment. They just want to like completely disagree with you. So agree with me and try to think inside, try to give me a good perspective of what I'm saying. Try to get a good perspective of what I'm saying before you judge or make an assumption. So first of all, this is PC and this is not 360. This is not Xbox and this is not PS4. So the problems with PC, I don't know if anyone else is having the problem with platform. So before you comment and disagree, you need to make sure that you're on PC and that you're having the issue, because I'm having this issue and other people are having the issue with the AI and the safety car. So this is back to the race. This is lap 4, and if it's a safety car period, by now I should be almost close to catching up to the grid, depending on where I'm on track. I do not have the HUD display to show the map because that's something I opt out of. I didn't want to run that for this game because it was just another thing in the way, and I just wanted to make room in the OSD basically. So technically I don't know where the safety car is. Maybe I'll put that on, turn that on for next race, just so I can see exactly where the safety car is, so I can actually make an obvious or an honest assumption, if that makes any sense. But I hope you've been keeping track of my delta and my pace. I cannot go any faster than the green, and I cannot go any slower than the green, if that makes sense. Let me make sure I said that correctly. I have to stay within the green, and once it gets red right here, I cannot go any faster. And I've got 13 seconds to reduce that. First of all, I don't think if you're lapped, in my case for my lap 1 incident, I had to pay it. I was a lap down. Why should I have a delta? If that's the glitch, if there's no glitch with the delta, then the guys that are a lap under a safety car shouldn't have a delta, because it's impossible to catch up when you have 12 seconds to reduce your pace. And every time I was on the brakes, it was either turn 1 or the sharp chicane, the quick chicane under the bridge in sector 2, or this turn right here. Every time I got to these turns, my delta pace automatically turned red, and I literally have to stop on the track to get it to green again. I'm gonna stress this again. In my Suzuka race it was the same thing, but people disagreed with me and thought that I was just too far behind. Yes, it's easy if you're within the grid to stay within the delta pace, but if you're behind, you cannot. That's what I'm stressing out. You know what I mean? So right now I'm 1 second and 3/10 up on the delta pace. You know what I mean? But as soon as I get to a certain point on the track, it's automatically red. I mean, it'd be nice if we actually saw what the actual pace was, lap-wise. I think that would be one good step. Here's the second attempt at passing the safety car. My biggest question here is, where is the grid if I've caught up to the safety car? If I've caught up to the safety car, where is the grid? By then I should have been part of the grid and completely ready for a green start. So something is going on, and I hope someone gets to see this that's at Codemasters, or that actually knows someone at Codemasters that can help them. Maybe they already know of the issue and they're already addressing it and they're just being quiet about it like they like to be. But if people are complaining about something, it'd be nice just to keep them up to date, you know what I mean? Yes, PS4 and Xbox One are having online issues, but we're having online issues as well. This is an online issue. Offline, it doesn't do this. When you get lapped, you can come back to the grid. So once again, I passed the safety car twice and there was no grid. By that second attempt, I should have had the grid. I should have been right behind Grezius, who's in 16th position, and I should have been set ready for a restart. But I didn't even get that. Then again, at this section, I'm getting a red delta that I need to reduce my pace. It's only a specific part, and all of a sudden, I'm 6/10 up. Yes, I slowed down, but why is it at certain points of the track? Is it Canada? That's glitch. You know, is it certain tracks? Because even at Silverstone I had this issue, and I had this issue at Suzuka as well. I get to the hairpin and I'm ahead on pace. How am I ahead on pace? I'm slowing down for a hairpin, which is technically one of the slowest part of the track. So it makes no sense to me why that's the case. Cash safety car queue, do not exceed delta pace. First of all, that's stupid. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have a delta if I'm lapped. Twice now I've caught up to the safety car, and I've respected the rule of retaining the delta pace, and I haven't seen a single car in the grid. So HUD display or not, that displays my map, I don't think that it's physically possible under a safety car period to not see a single car. I've done like 3 laps now. This is a lap 8, safety car period started on lap 4, so technically 4 laps. Safety car finally comes in this lap, and I'm like, I didn't see a single grid, guys. So I really wanted to fast forward this whole area, this whole section here, so it wasn't so tedious. But the fact that I let it play was just to show that something's wrong. And if someone, honestly, after watching this thoroughly and seeing what I went through, can say that something is not wrong, then they obviously have no idea what they're talking about. So yeah, getting the safety car, and I'm in 17th place. Not a single position was gained. Tyrone Tigger sets the fastest lap with a 26.2. Well, our best lap so far is a 31.2. Lap 9 into the race. Our race really wasn't that great. Marco disconnects here, and this is lap 9, so remember that. He disconnects on lap 9. I believe he had an incident with someone else, and he obviously rage quit right away, because at the pace that he disconnected, the fact that it said left session right away instead of retired, because usually when a car crashes, it displays retired first, then it displays left session. But he clearly just rage quit, and his car becomes an AI. And I let my first incident with the AI play out, because I'm gonna stress it that this is another issue we have online on the PC platform, and I believe this is all platforms, as the AI cars just drive around at a slow pace. Whoever Marco's actual AI is, whether it's Ricardo or Max Verstappen, he does not drive this slow at the apex. Look at that. Is it a blue flag? No, he's in 16th place. There's no reason why he should be coasting. He gets on the power here, and we're gonna skip over to another incident I had with the AI. Finally pass him, and then this is lap 15th here, and we're 21.8 seconds behind AJ, and all of a sudden we're right behind him. So timings are wrong, and AJ's actually managed to collide with the AI, and that ended his race as he retired. And now Marco's in 18th, but Marco's gone. You know what I mean? He should have been out. Like, I understand what they were trying to do, allowing drivers to come back, but we can't even respond to an invite. once it is sent. So skipping to lap 22 here again, the AI, you know what I mean, he left at lap 9, so this is unacceptable and needs to be fixed, because Marco, if he did, and I actually crashed into him here, and my teammate Burkhoff for this race managed to catch me, and any strategy that I had has just been ruined, because now I have to completely replace the front wing. Because with this level of damage in a wet weather race, that's just understeer everywhere. So fighting Burkhoff is out of the question. Skipping over to lap 24 here, we got Noisy Guy behind us, and he's not the issue. Noisy Guy is completely fine. And the only issue I had with Noisy Guy is he bumped me in the rear end, but I just think that he braked a bit too late, and basically, I don't know. I have no right to comment because I don't know what happened on his screen, but I think he just braked a little too late, later than, or maybe I braked a little too early. So, but it's the wet weather. I'm gonna brake where I feel comfortable. But my incident with Nosy Guy wasn't a big issue for me. The purpose of commentating over this video is because of the AI and the safety car. They need to be addressed, because if they're not, league racing cannot go on. So yeah, lap 24, 11 laps now. We got 10 more laps to go after this lap. And apart from the issues I had, I think I would have done really well here at Canada, because this is a track I enjoy. And yesterday in my video, with my debut with Precision Racing League, I said I enjoyed racing in the wet weather, and that's true. As we come through with Marco here, my incident with Noisy, I get pushed, I get a 5-second penalty, corner cutting for getting pushed. That's inevitable, so I'm not even going to comment on that. And then lap 32, we get Marco again, driving 5 miles an hour. If they're going to allow drivers to come back after disconnecting, I don't even think that should be a feature, because if a driver rage quits and his car becomes an AI, this is an issue of the whole race. If Marco would have disconnected and tried to reconnect, then I understand what they were trying to do, but he's not. This is not a good feature for league racing, and there's no way to fix it unless Codemasters does something about it. But yeah, that was the end of the race. Tyrano Tigger actually wins the race. He had a great race, but he told me after the race that he did not enjoy that race simply because of the AI car. So a driver doing so well in this race, in my opinion, just his experience just completely gets ruined simply because of a simple bug. So completely unacceptable. Looking forward to more socials with AOR, and we come in to take 13. Bye bye now.